Well, first at 4, the United States Department of Education has now launched an investigation into 20 school districts across the country over how they handle sexual predators.
And 3 districts are on the list right here in Georgia, including Savannah-Chatham County Public School System. In a letter, Education Secretary Linda McMahon says that the investigation, which started on July 10th, showed all 20 school districts' 2023 through 2024 civil rights data collection submissions contained responses that suggested districts might not be addressing staff on sexual misconduct appropriately. We did reach out to the Savannah-Chatham County Public School System about the federal investigation. In a statement, they say that they are aware of the investigation, adding, quote, "The district intends to fully cooperate with the Office of Civil Rights. The Savannah-Chatham County Public School System is committed to protecting its students and treats all allegations of sexual misconduct and harassment very seriously." You can find much more information about the investigation, including the district's full statement, by going to our website, WSAV.com. Now to our crime and safety report. Police in Savannah investigating after a series of shootings overnight. Officers were first called to Boyd and 58th Streets around 3:30 this morning after reports of gunfire. No one was hurt, but a resident there was hit. A resident, I should say, was hit with bullets. That's the home hit with bullets. Then around 3:50, officers got a call to another home on Cubbage Street that had also been shot. Again, no one hurt. No arrests have been made at this time. Are they the key components of a public safety or a way to simply keep tabs and watch all of us?
Well, flock cameras can be very divisive. That's why the Bluffton Police Chief wants their citizens to know what they are and what they're being used for.
Flock cameras, nor any cameras that we have in the town of Bluffton, have any type of facial recognition.
That's the question Bluffton Police Chief Joe Babkowitz says most people are asking about flock cameras in the town.
What the flock cameras do is they have vehicle recognition for us. And typically what they do is they're license plate readers, which means they take pictures of the back of vehicles. So we don't even see who's inside the vehicle as it passes by our cameras.
52 of the flock cameras were installed in Bluffton in the past 2 years at high traffic intersections inside the 54 miles of the town of Bluffton. Now, Chief says those cameras have actually helped in 52 different arrests. One of the biggest, the suspect in a double homicide on Hilton Head earlier this year.
Our officers immediately were able to plug in the suspect's vehicle, and as soon as he came into a town, our officers got an alert that the vehicle was in town. We were able to quickly surround his house when he got to his house before he was able to escape.
Babkowitz realizes these cameras can be controversial, but by speaking out, he wants to make sure people know what they can do and why they are important for everyone's safety.
That has to be used only for law enforcement purposes. We have a 30-day retention period. So after 30 days, the cameras that were run through this system, they get deleted from the system and we don't have access to those cameras. We put in a significant oversight process and policy before we even got these cameras to ensure that this doesn't happen. And if it does, then that officer will be held accountable for misuse of the camera system. And it provides us with a more efficient way to do law enforcement, but it also provides us a way to solve cases quicker, to develop suspects quicker. And if there's a violent crime or something going on, we want to get those people off the street as quickly as possible before they go out and have another victim.
And to make sure there's full transparency, every quarter there's an audit of the flock camera searches and use by the Independent Law Enforcement Citizens Advisory Committee. That's made up of citizens from inside the town of Bluffton.
New developments in the case of a Savannah State University baseball player who was detained by ICE earlier this month. Savannah State's president, Dr. Jermaine Worrell, announcing last night that Johan Sandoval has been released from ICE detention.
Today we learned that our student Johan Sandoval has been released from ICE detention. We are extremely excited about this news because it's been very hard for him, his family, and for the entire Tiger community. We're celebrating this release, and more importantly, we're celebrating his ability to reunite with his family.
This comes after reports yesterday of a New York judge granting Sandoval a $20,000 bond. Now, according to Sandoval's lawyer, he may have to wear an ankle monitor and submit to check-in visits.
WSAV is your local election headquarters in South Carolina, gearing up for a special Republican primary election to decide who's going to appear on the ballot to replace the late Senator Lindsey Graham. A new poll conducted by our sister station in Charleston and Emerson College says this field is wide open. No clear frontrunner among the hypothetical candidates. U.S. Representative Ralph Norman led the pack at 16%, followed by businessman Mark Lynch at 13% and Representative Nancy Mace and Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette both at 10%. Now, other potential candidates who polled below 10% include Governor Henry McMaster, former Governor Mark Sanford, and appointed Senator Darlene Graham. She polled at 6%. 18% of voters polled said they were undecided. And election officials have also now clarified who can and can't vote in that special primary. If you voted in the Democratic primary last month, you'll not be eligible to vote in the upcoming Republican primary. Now, if you voted for Republicans in June or didn't vote last month, you will be able to cast a ballot. Now, remember, early voting is going to run from October 5th through 7th. Election Day is August 11th.
Property owners on East 40th Street in the Starland District are asking the city to rezone their properties from traditional neighborhood use to traditional commercial designation. Now, the proposed change would cover 7 properties along East 40th. Property owners say the rezoning would better reflect how the area is already being used as a mixed commercial and residential corridor that's within the Starland District. They argue the street has evolved beyond a traditional residential block and that the new designation would allow for more commercial opportunities while maintaining the character of the neighborhood. One property owner says this change could allow for uses like small shops or cafes on the first floor, something she believes could add to the area's vibrancy without changing its identity. Well, that proposal goes to Savannah City Council for final approval.
Well, happening right now, we are wrapping up our annual Ready, Set, Go Back to School supply drive.
And we are making one last push to make sure that kids across our area have everything that they will need to have a successful school year. WSAV's Isley Herschel joining us live from the donation site at the Walmart on Pooler Parkway. She has more now on how you can help as this campaign comes to a close.
Good afternoon, Tina and Andrew. We have reached the finale for our school supply drive for 2026 for Ready, Set, Go Back to School. Now, this is a campaign that helps kids get the school supplies they need to start off the school year right. Like you guys said, we are in front of the Walmart in Pooler. That's 160 Pooler Parkway, just in case you need it. And despite a pretty big storm earlier, we are still up and standing and ready to take your donations. So let's take a look at some of the things that we will need from you guys. So we're going to start with some hygiene products. Hygiene is huge for the beginning of school year. So we've got hand sanitizer, wipes, lotion, Kleenex, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, all that good stuff. And as for the school supplies, we've got bags here, we've got lunch bags, colored pencils, binders, crayons, paper, glue sticks, highlighters, markers, and composition notebooks. And you can find a full list of this on our website, wsav.com/back-to-school. We also have a school supply list out here, so if you're on your way to Walmart and you're looking to pick up a few things, you can grab this school supply list, head on in, grab some of the things from the list, and bring them out to us as a donation. Now, these donations are going to be going to the distributed at the Ready, Set, Go Back to School party over at Can Park. That's going to be this Sunday from 2 to 5 o'clock, and that's going to be at 45th Avenue and Stevens Street in Savannah. Now, today started off with a huge donation from the Mike Costello law firm. They donated 2 full carts of supplies. We just want to thank them for that donation here. Now, we want to welcome another community partner that we have with us today, Brooker Medicare, who's helping sponsor this campaign. Thank you, Mr. Brooker, for being here. We really appreciate it. So tell me a little bit, why is this effort so close to your heart?
Well, thank you for having us, first of all, and it's just it's an exciting time of the year, you know, back to school, and then with us it's Medicare enrollment. So we just want to do our part, you know, to give back to the community. We're president of the community, not only for back to school, but for people gearing up for Medicare enrollment.
Absolutely, and I know you want to lend your voice to the call for the community to help Ready, Set, Go Back to School.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're just excited. I mean, it's a blessing to be here, and our goal is to support the back to school effort as well as help our Medicare beneficiaries, the ones who are underserved. You know, it's one thing to just enroll in a client, but you know, we want to reach out to the people who are underserved. That's our job. That's our goal, to get them to make the right choice.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Brooker. Now, we have more on our final back-to-school drive later on in the show. But for now, live in Pooler, Isley Herschel, WSAV News 3, on your side.